whispering
Right
in the
there.
front row. I saw that. You talking about me?
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Humana Healthy Challenge for Charity. Thank you all for being here. It's going to be a lot of fun today. There you go. Needed that enthusiasm. My name is Emma Mack. I DJ overnight here at 93 XRT, and sometimes not overnight, but mostly overnight. We have a really exciting cooking competition today. We have XRT Morning Show news anchor Mary Dixon and returning champ, battling Pork and Mindy's executive chef and Food Network star Jeff Mauro. We also have some fine judges over here. XRT's Johnny Mars, longtime DJ. Chef and president of BJ's Market, John Meyer. And of Supreme Lobster, Carl Gavin. So yeah, we're a few weeks into summer. It's incredibly fast-paced. The summer always flies by. So we're going to slow things down a little bit and prepare the tastiest snack for your soul. It's gonna be good. First, I want to fill you guys in on the Humana Healthier Choices Rewards program that goes on at the Taste. It's now the 10th consecutive year that they've been doing this, and what they do is they make it really easy for you to eat healthy at the Taste of Chicago. Basically, anytime you see a green H on the menu boards at the Taste booths, then you know you're getting something healthy and light and delicious. There are 29 participating restaurants, including Pork and Mindy's.
That's right.
Featuring 71 healthy food options, and you can make a game out of it too. If you stop by the Humana tent, which is the House of Healthy and Happy, you can pick up a lanyard, partake in the rewards program, and then you get entered to win all kinds of prizes. So, yeah, it's all going on at the Taste of Chicago, which is July 5th through 9th, coming up in just about 2 weeks in Grant Park. And for more info, head to tasteofchicago.us. All right, and now I think we need to figure out who we're playing for. So we have Mary Dixon, fabulous XRT morning show news reporter, not to be underestimated as she tolerates Lynn Bramer every morning.
Jeez. Look at that.
Mary, who are you playing for?
I am playing for the Beth Emmett Soup Kitchen.
Oh, fantastic.
They are our temple. They take part in a rotating series of faith communities that feed the people who are homeless or underhoused once a week, and they're all volunteer. And last year, Humana was kind enough to provide us with a check for a runner-up check for the soup kitchen, and that fed hundreds of people for the better part of a month. So it was a very generous gift, and they're very excited to be part of this again.
Fantastic. Okay, and Jeff, who are you playing for?
I'm playing for the Hephzibah Children's Association in Oak Park, Illinois, which is a home for underserved children, and gives them a safe haven and foster care, and tries to attempts to set them up with a foster home for, kids that are, it's the worst, at that. So they're a safe haven. It's a wonderful organization that I'm very close to.
Great, cool. Well, good luck, guys.
You said your mom was there.
My mom was on the board there when we were children. We used to volunteer when we were kids there. So
you have a real connection.
Yeah, it's
connection.
a real deal. It's great, these smaller charities, like you said. There's a lot of great charities out there, but this one, when you both are charities, you can really see the impact of
and it's personal.
Any donation. So you can see it immediately.
All right, cool. Okay, so a couple rules for the cooking competition. Mary's going to go first, then Jeff. Judging terms are taste, appearance, creativity, and overall healthy option appeal. Our judges have scorecards, so they'll be tasting and scoring, and then we'll tally those up. The winner gets to donate $5,000 from Humana to the charity that they're playing for.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Also, if you guys are sharing stuff on social media, #Humana or #Healthy Challenge for Charity is the way to go. And we're going to have a healthy choices discussion and a Q&A at the end of the cooking competition. So if you have questions, save them for the end, and then we can do a Q&A. And I think we're ready. What do you think, Mary?
You got it.
Okay, let's go.
We're both the best, so there's not going to be a best that wins. Everybody's winning today. Except
so
Bramer,
much winning.
Of course.
Well,
he wakes up every morning.
That guy.
All right, so judges, you're encouraged to ask questions as Mary goes here.
Heckle.
First off, can I just give mad props to anyone who does this on camera for real, because it is way harder than you think it's going to be. Like, you're sitting on your couch going, oh, that Jeff Mauro, that looks so easy. I could do that. No, you can't. It's very, very hard. But today, because it was a healthy snack for your soul, I wanted to go with something that we make around our house fairly often and something that I could eat every day of the week, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack, and that is green eggs in the pocket, which is going to be slow scrambled eggs with some homemade pesto. And this is going to be kale pesto today. But I think everybody should make pesto. I think everybody should have a little herb garden, whether you live in a high-rise apartment or in a big house with a yard. Everyone should make pesto because it's easy, because you should have an herb garden in the summer. I think that is a healthy living tool. And making pesto is fun. And people think it's hard, but it's really not. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start the eggs, and then we're going to make the pesto, because I want this to cook fairly low. And Carl Galvin already pointed out to me that it's hard to make eggs for competition. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So, we're just going to get these guys started. And plus, what is more on the go than a pita pocket, right? Mm-hmm. Like you could almost put it in your pocket. So
you could try it.
So we're just going to start that.
So this would be something that you make a couple times a week, or?
I'll make eggs, like, especially if Mark is out of the house, my husband Mark, who is actually the real cook in the family. Mm-hmm. If it's just me and our girls, who are 12 and 15, I'll be like, I don't know what we're having for dinner. How about if we have breakfast for dinner? And then we make eggs. And I could have that every night. It's the best. So,
is the slow scramble your go-to all the time?
No, sometimes I'll do, I'll do like an over easy or sunny side up. But yeah, like the slow scramble, I just think because it gets creamy.
It's so good, yeah.
It's so good. So I'm going to start with the pesto. You don't have to do kale pesto. If you grow a lot of basil in your yard, you can just make regular pesto. But we've got 2 cups of kale. We've got a cup of basil. Some of it is from my yard. And we're going to put the salt in.
Extra points for homegrown basil.
I want you to know, I was picking basil at 4:30 this morning. I don't know if that counts for anything with the judges, but I was pretty committed.
I made the maple syrup in my yard. I tapped this tree. I don't know what it was, but what you're eating, what you're getting.
So, I have a friend. I just mentioned that I was making pesto today. And he was like, oh, yeah, I love pesto. I buy it at the farmer's market. I'm like, well, that's nice, but pesto is really easy to make. Like, you don't have to, and I'm looking at a recipe because, again, it's hard to do this. So, okay, let's put the olive oil in. You got a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Okay. And the walnuts.
Again, I've never thought of putting kale in pesto either. That's a great idea.
Now, if you're talking about anything healthy, you are required to use kale.
Yeah.
It's the law.
It is. It is a requirement. Yeah.
You have to do that.
Yep, it's the go-to veggie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Normally, pesto, you're using just basil and pine nuts, and it's delicious. And you put it in the ice cube trays, and then you freeze it, and then you can, because it's like green gold. Oh, and then you just throw it in with pesto whenever you want to unlock a bit of pesto. Yeah. It's fabulous, and you can keep it going. You can keep it going, for the rest of the year when your basil is all gone.
Mary, what other items do you have in your garden?
We have parsley. We have, what else do we have? We have chives, and we have tomatoes. Last year we tried cauliflower, and it just got eaten, but not by us. It was really annoying. But the peppers do great. We also have some raspberry bushes that are starting to come in now. Ooh. And they're great. They're so good. I just put in some garlic, and now we're going to put in the Parmesan. I'll put that over there. But, look how easy this is. Okay, hold on. It's not that easy. I got to check the eggs.
You got this.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I don't know. Coming at the sandwich
they look
king.
good. Slow cooking those eggs.
Well, that's how you just make it nice and creamy. And you don't have to add anything but salt and pepper. But now, my 12-year-old likes to cook. And if she doesn't like what I'm making, which is half the time, she will just nip off and make herself some eggs. And I'll be like, But at least it's healthy.
Yeah, it
you
is
know?
healthy. Absolutely.
It's like, okay, fine. Be a little so-and-so. Okay, so let's get this pulsed.
What are you thinking, Jeff?
I'm
giving you a run for your
yeah,
money?
I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I want her. Listen, I've been in a lot of competitions. No matter what they say, when they're like, "Oh, I want everybody to do their best," I want you to fail.
That's fair.
I'm doing it for the kids.
I get I can live with that. That's fine.
And the name, the notoriety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Gonna win.
The giant trophy. I saw it in back. You can't surprise me. I already saw it. It's just actually a statue of me. So I already know.
Okay, so we're just about done here. Then I have to figure out how to get this off of the machine. Because I don't know, this is a pretty nice food processor. Let's check the eggs again. Up.
Looking good.
I don't know.
You're good.
10,
You're good.
9, 8, 7.
See? He's serious. I'm just going to turn it off because it can. The nice thing about eggs is they can cook even when you're not over the heat.
Did you put any cream or milk in those, or was that just...
No.
Oh.
Someone, Lynn Bramer, was like, "So, what do you put in your eggs when you're scrambling them? You're supposed to put a tablespoon of water?" And I'm like, "No, no, I don't do that. You know why? Because you don't need to."
Use oil or butter?
I put a little oil on.
Little oil. You
So
could
I mean,
do egg
butter is
whites
nice,
too.
but
Yeah.
you know. Okay, so
They look
those-
good, Mary.
Thank you. Okay.
She's a returning champ. She won the salsa competition a couple of years ago.
Versus
I mean,
Tom
that was
Thayer.
not fair.
Why
I
not?
mean, number one, I was playing against a Chicago Bear.
Who
right?
brought in a canned salsa, didn't he?
We were making salsa, and he opened a jar of salsa.
Yeah. He brought.
His salsa looked like the Chicago
And
River.
I only won by 1 point. I mean, come on, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to heat up the pita, because this pita just doesn't taste that good unless you give it a little toasting. And that'll only take a few minutes. So we're gonna split open the pita. We're gonna put the eggs in. We're gonna put the pesto in. Actually, I'm gonna put the pesto in now and just let the flavors get in there.
It's a beautiful color. That looks great.
I know, it smells so good too. I wish we had smell-o-vision. When are we gonna have
Why don't we have
smell-o-vision?
that?
We were promised jetpacks and smell-o-vision. I don't see
They
that
got
yet.
the jetpacks. I've seen them. There's some jetpacky things
Really?
out there. Yeah, smell-o-vision is lagging.
So you put the pesto
flying
in the
cars.
eggs. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to throw it in the pita.
No,
Okay.
I like it in the eggs.
Yeah.
And then when the girls were little, then we'd be like, it's green eggs.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Seuss.
There's kale in there, but you don't know it.
I just can't get through that book. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I can't grasp it.
It's a complicated read.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
takes
like
a while.
Infinite Jest to me. But
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
there is. There's a thing like what? Embarrassing.
Would you eat them at Taste of Chicago? Would you eat them and haul them for cargo?
She got bars.
All right. Just about there, guys.
It's looking good.
How's everyone doing? You know that's what we say when we don't know what else to say. 'Cause we're waiting. It's a little, it's a little nerve-wracking.
We're radio people. We're not TV people.
Okay. Oh, let's get a little kale,
Ooh.
More kale.
just for a little crunch, just to get it in there.
So it doesn't seep out the end of it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then,
There's only 2 pitas there and 3 judges.
oh yeah, hold on. I forgot you, John.
I saw Johnny sneaking some pita earlier.
I did sneak some pita because all I had was an apple and a banana so far today.
Talk about healthy.
Talk about your healthy eating, Johnny.
No,
Mars,
talk about
man.
you're passing out. Give me a pita.
All right. I realize it's supposed to be, on the go. That's hence the pita pocket. But, you could have this for breakfast. You could have this for lunch. I would have it for dinner.
Yeah.
So
That looks
here,
really good.
we grow the cherry tomatoes. Those turned out so great last year. We're just waiting for them to come in. So
I'm jealous that you have this garden growing all your own veggies and stuff.
yeah, but when we lived in an apartment and we had a deck, we had a pretty serious herb garden, and it's really easy. It encourages you to cook, and now we have like a garden, but I think basil grows better in a pot anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's easy too. I just grew some basil.
But you're right that it encourages you to cook. Like
Yeah.
your tomato harvest every summer,
Right.
your basil harvest, like you have all these basil plants that you grow, and now you gotta get rid of them, especially at the end of the summer. So we do the same
Right.
thing. We'll make a big vat of tomato sauce, like a giant industrial-sized vat of tomato sauce from all the heirlooms that
Right.
we grow, or we'll make pesto for the next 6 months with everything. It gets the whole family together.
Exactly. All right, so we're just about done here. Are the judges going to eat now, or
I think they're going to taste it right now.
Okay.
And if it's okay with you, give some feedback.
Okay.
I think they'll be nice.
Please be
Johnny, I don't know. Johnny's hungry.
Okay. John.
All right.
So, there you go. And there you go. All right.
So we have green eggs and a pita.
Oh, do you guys have napkins?
Johnny's here because he's the glutton of the. I don't have the credentials that these guys have.
All right, I'm not a judge, but that turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Napkins for you guys. So what are we thinking?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good. You can taste the basil. The basil's really coming out.
Well, first, it's pretty weird. I've never had an audience watch me eat.
It's pretty humbling, isn't it?
Chew with your mouth closed. Don't eat it all in one bite.
I mean, I think the silence is pretty telling, though.
It's fresh. It tastes fresh. It tastes like summer. Spring, summer, yeah.
And can you taste the kale in the pesto?
You get the crunch.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't
kale
think
doesn't
you-
really have a lot of flavor, but
Yeah.
you get the crunch and it adds to the green, and it keeps your cost down on pesto because basil
Yeah.
is expensive.
Right.
And pesto is expensive.
Chefs.
Buy it at the store. Yeah.
Well, and the walnut makes it a little bit deeper because the pine nuts are a little lighter and brighter, and the walnuts are a little deeper, I think. So.
It really worked. It really worked.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
you guys fill out your scorecards, and we're going to start to get Jeff up here. Switch things over. Mary, thank you.
All right, now the real chef.
Ah.
Now the guy who knows what he's doing.
I just pretend. I play one on TV. I'm what Clooney is to doctoring. How about that guy, huh, Bill? On tequila? He sold his tequila for a base. I mean, you guys had a rough year, I think.
Yeah, we're very sorry for George Clooney.
Golly. Unbelievable.
Poor guy.
I won't start until you guys are judging, obviously, but I'm just gonna get going here.
Here, I'm sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Let's hear it one more time for Mary Dixon. That
Very
was
good. Great. Honestly, I mean, I competed right on Food Network Star, which I eventually won season 7. That was 5-6 years ago. And you were better than 98% of the people I competed with.
Thank you.
They were great, but you're that good. I think you're very
you might
natural.
be quitting your
Thank
day
you.
job.
A couple zingers
morning
in there,
job.
some good tips. The camera loves you. It eats you up. But what is
Well,
your
it's-
point of view?
What's your
Eat
angle?
all the good food. That is my point of view.
That's the problem with most people who try out for that show. They're like, what's your culinary point of view? You're like, I love making really good food and making it fun. And you're
That's
like,
right.
that's not that, you know.
That's everybody.
Just go with sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well, wait, you guys let me know when you're ready. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, I am making something that we make in my, hi, I'm Jeff Mauro. Hello, everybody. Yeah, Chef at Pork and Mindy's, which is in Chicago, here north of Milwaukee, 1623 North Milwaukee. Also in Minneapolis, we opened last week.
Oh, congratulations.
And at Wrigley Field, right in the bleachers as well.
Right.
So thank you. That's 3. I'm also the host, one of the co-hosts of The Kitchen on Food Network every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Anybody here not watch it?
I
You
think
can
these
leave.
are Jeff Mauro fans.
Okay, good. I watch it. I study it like game film, though. It's pretty miserable to watch yourself every week on TV because all I do is like, oh, love handles. You know, oh, why'd you wear that shirt? You know what I mean? That's all I. And then if I know if I can laugh at my own self, it was usually a good joke. So believe it or not, even though I've made a career out of sandwiches and indulgent food, I do eat very healthy because I need a balance. I'm on the road a lot. Food's put in front of me constantly. So you do need to balance it when I'm at home, especially during the weekdays. And we tend to eat pretty grain-free, somewhat paleo in my house. A lot of meat and veggies, salads, a lot of sweet potatoes. And this is one of our favorite go-to desserts. This is what my wife Sarah makes all the time. It's these double chocolate chip cookies. And I'm going to kind of elevate it for the judges here and do a coconut whipped cream using just coconut cream, no dairies, and top it with some fresh strawberries and some toasted coconuts. So we got brightness, seasonal ingredients, crunch, chocolatey. It's everything. And the best part, we're not using any flour. We're not using any butter. We're not using any dairy.
Mary's sweating over here.
And we're going to start very easily with some almond butter. This is a cup of almond butter. This is the only difficult part of this is trying to incorporate our next ingredient into the almond butter. So we got a cup of almond butter and then a cup of coconut sugar. Anybody ever here use coconut sugar? It's just part of the coconut process. It's the lowest glycemic sweet stuff you can buy, lower than maple syrup or honey or agave or any other form. It's about as like cane sugarish as you can get. And it's got more health benefits than your standard refined white sugar. So we're going to dump a cup of there. And this is pretty much the base. I know some people want to get a whisk after this, and that's all you're going to get is like, clump
yeah.
station. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to kind of move it around a little bit with a spoon, and you can see it kind of moving. You don't want almond butter that's too oily, right? You buy some of this stuff, and it's got that like good half inch of the oil on there, which is normal thing, but try to find the smoothest. If you don't dig on almond butter, you can use cashew butter for this, or peanut butter. But I try to stay away from the peanuts, especially when making this. You never know. We did find out my kid was allergic to pine nuts last summer, the hard way, making him try pesto for the first time, which ended in like an ambulance ride.
Oh,
and now he's like, I'll still make pesto, but I'll use walnuts. So I mean, that's a great substitution. So great tip there. But he'll see pesto on a menu. He'll be like, no. I mean, seeing your kid all, it was crazy. But and that's like the best nut to be allergic to because it's like, you're not gonna find. It's the most like expensive thing on the plate. It's like more expensive than titanium or platinum. I mean, it's like if you break it down by pound, it's like $180 a pound. You're not just gonna find that at Wendy's. So I'm going to put on some gloves here because our next ingredient, we're going to get this working with our hands. So that's a coconut sugar. That's the almond butter. Let me start toasting my coconut for the garnish here. Just some unsweetened coconut. Very easy. You want low heat. Keep an eye on this. This goes fast, especially the thinner. We just want to kind of get a little toast on there. We don't need a ton of that for garnish. Next comes an egg and some cocoa powder. So unsweetened cocoa powder, not the Dutch process stuff, just like your standard stuff come in the can. We're putting that in there. That's going to give us our chocolatey flavor. You see that?
Good. Unsweetened, right? Yeah.
It was a tag that said chocolate on there, just in case I forgot. Thank you. Shout out to Dina who did that for me. Sometimes I forget. I thought that was ham steak. Luckily it said. We're going to crack an egg right there. I love eggs too. That's what I had after my workout today was 2 eggs. right? Did a little
Nice.
quick omelet. It's the perfect food, so this adds a little more protein. I mean, this is pretty much a protein-packed cookie, so you can feel good giving this to your children's. And we are going to put this whipped egg in there very easily. Boom. Like that. And now we're going to kind of mix this all together. I know you're thinking, like, how is this going to come together? I promise you it will. It's very magical. Beautiful. And we got some salt, some baking soda here. So we got our leavening agent and salt. I put in all my sweets. I even going to save a little to sprinkle on the top. I think salt makes all desserts better, no matter what it is. Even sometimes a little pinch in like a strawberry that's been macerating or that you're going to put on your strawberry shortcake or whatever, just a pinch of salt. It's like, it's like doping for food, right? You could.
It brings out the sweetness.
Yeah.
It puts it in relief.
Really does. Not too much though,
No, just a pinch.
Just a pinch. A pinch will do. And some mini chocolate chips here, about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 a cup, depending on how much sweetness you want. It's already pretty sweet from the coconut sugar, obviously, but I use dairy-free, whatever, chocolate chips that you can get, and use white chocolate chips. You can put pecans in here. You can put whatever you want. It's a great blank slate for a ton of flavors. If you want to go totally unhealthy, by all means, throw 9 Rolos in there, a couple mini, Reese's Cups, Reese's Pieces, anything will do. I don't care. I don't judge anybody until you leave the room. That's my motto. Beautiful. Should shut that down. So that's all you're looking for. It's like a nice. So you don't have to show the cameras are up above. See, we're not used to that. Move it around. We just want to kind of get some crunch on there. Look how good that smells, huh? Do you guys smell that? You want to hit? Got you? I thought maybe I had chocolate chips at my head. That's literally it. Oh, I forgot the vanilla. So just about a teaspoon of that. But I have some kind of already done for you, so we don't have to wait for these to bake off. That's how we do on TV. It's called swap outs. So we don't have to wait for pitas to cook.
They don't take long.
That's how you do it?
I was like, God, with the pita. Seriously. I filed my taxes on the phone. I did everything while we're waiting for that. I'm kidding. Mary, it's just going to be a lifelong friendship.
I can feel that.
Yeah. When your daughters are out of house, I'll live in your basement if you want me to.
Okay.
Might depend
I'll
on who
cook.
wins.
I'll cook.
Love to
Beautiful. So we got that's it. Like, if you look at it, it almost resembles like a pizza dough or a bread dough or something. But it's majority cocoa, coconut sugar, and almond butter. What's so funny?
She's thinking, I want you to come live in my basement.
I need a baking sheet. That's the only thing I did not get. If we can find one, that would be
I
grand.
saw they're over on the other side. They're right there.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. I would have gotten up and helped you out, too, but I got the thing. Right.
You could have helped me with the
wouldn't
pita.
understand. It's like a lumbar.
Dang.
Third lumbar. I'm going to start whipping my cream, too. And let me show you guys this. I kind of got a head start because you want this extra cold, but this is the stuff you want. Coconut cream. Not the stuff you put in your pina coladas, Bramer. All right, I'm talking coconut cream. Premium stuff. There are a couple brands that work well. This one's available at Whole Foods. And it usually has the solid cream, like all the fat and cream from that. And then under it is some of the liquid that you can reserve for smoothies or whatever. So you just want to scoop that out, put that right in here. I'll open this up while this goes and show what it looks like. But you want to make sure, whether you're whipping heavy cream or, coconut cream, you always want a nice cold, clean bowl. It always helps it whip a little better. So we'll get that going. I don't want to drown myself out. I think I need to get more gloves here so I can scoop out this. So this is just, usually we have like a 2-ounce ice cream scoop that we use for all our cookies. I think it's a great size. So you can just ball them up like that.
Where do you get the gloves? The black gloves?
The black gloves? Well, it's kind of like a barbecue thing in our restaurants. But I got a stash under my bed. It's weird.
So do you need
You never
to...
know, right? Safety first. You don't want to transfer
absolutely.
germs. I'm in the food business. We got sanitation.
So do you have to grease this baking sheet at all? Or is it...
I usually do a sheet of parchment under it,
Okay.
but no, you do not need to grease it.
Okay.
So it's, nothing really gets sticky. And we have our oven preheating at 350, which is a sweet spot for this. We got our coconut ready to go. That's looking getting nice and whipped. Very easy. So you get the gist, right? Just for sake of time. You don't want to press it down. What you want to do is take a fork, right, like you would like old school like butter, shortbread cookie, and just give it one little press down with that fork, and it'll stay together. You don't want to push it down too much. The more it kind of splays out, the more crumbly it'll get, right? There's no flour in here. So it's going in the oven, 350 for 10 minutes. I go, oh, look they're ready in a totally different thing. Boom!
It's the magic of the culinary
That's
kitchen.
amazing, right?
Is that the swap out that you've been telling us
That's a swap
about?
out. Yeah, they call me Joey Swap Outs. I'm the best in the business. I swap out everything. And no, we already did that. So we got our chocolate chips. Let me slice some strawberries here. So these are fresh. They're washed. They're ready to go. We'll just do some nice slices just like that, nice and thin, so you can get all the textures of everything else. Just like that. Beautiful. Couple more. Look how beautiful. These are local. These were grown in my garden next to the maple tree.
Maple tree?
I got these. I canned this in my basement next to the sub pump, and then I got a cannery there. It's good.
Not all of us have restaurants to work this all out
snap!
True.
Oh,
That's
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So I grew a garden last year. I went to the Menards. I got the box, right?
Yeah. I
got the dirt, did the whole thing. I got the plants, everything. And then I got my mistake though. After I planted, I'm like, this is my mind. It's if I buy fertilizer, the more I fertilize it, the bigger and more delicious my plants will be. And this was with zero research, right? And as a chef, I research every recipe, like to the T, times and the science behind it and the chemistry. And I was like, I'll just get that Miracle Grow thing that you hook to the hose, and I'll just sit there for like 30 minutes a day. And I swear I grew Fresno chilies, tomatoes, basil, of course, a couple other things, broccoli, whatever. I was just swinging for the fences. I got one Fresno chili. That's what I got. I killed it to
Sounds
death.
about right.
Yep. So I got a lot to learn, but one day, right?
Well,
One day.
it's a lifelong pursuit.
Beautiful. So I'm gonna try to make this somewhat pretty for you guys. So 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. One more strawberry. My cream is ready to go. My cookies are obviously done.
With magic.
Yeah, right.
What are you guys thinking?
So this is a nice dessert, right? Healthy dessert. You got everything you need in there. You got protein. You got the good sugars, I don't care what you say. If you're having dessert, you want something sweet. You can have like a bowl of fruit, but guess what? We are going to, right? You end up crying. Crying alone, right? Eating a bowl of fruit, crying in your bathroom. Right? Am I right? Right? No?
Well,
Nobody?
Not the
All right.
preferred place to eat fruit, but...
So we got the plates here. I'm going to put these cookies. I made these at my house this morning, so they're legit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to throw them in there for 1 second. Do you mind?
No, throw them in the oven?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. The competition was fierce with that pesto. I really
Yeah.
I got to man up.
Well, Mary warmed that pita. I think you got to serve something warm.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions for me? Anything? Want to get down to the... Right here? Oh, Lynn Bramer. Great.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Go ahead. I am going to add just a little dash of maple in here, just to sweeten it up, just a little bit. Go ahead. Sorry.
The question it's about whipping cream. Do you have obviously did it in a glass bowl. Is it better or worse or the same to do it in one of those stainless steel bowls?
I have not found that there's much difference at all. I think if you're I think more for maybe making your own mayonnaise or aioli, it can get reactive in an aluminum bowl. And I found it could gray that. But for something like this, it happens fairly quickly. Sometimes mayonnaise will take a little bit, but then you wouldn't really be using you know, that's more for if you're whisking by hand in a metal bowl with a metal whisk.
And another question, what kind of, this is an easy one, even you can answer. What kind of desserts can we get at Pork and Mindy's?
Oh, my heavens. Thanks for asking. I love a good forced plug.
What do you think I do for a living?
We have our... we call them NATOs. They are hand-packed premium vanilla based with we use Peterson's ice cream. They're our milkshakes. So like the only thing left of any weather system for any kind of fast casual concept or fast food concept dessert, and the only weather system left over was tornado. So we use that instead of like blizzard or flurry
Oh, I
or
got
whatever.
you, NATO.
And NATO. It's short for tornado. Or you could say nado. Depending. We accept all languages. So we have 3 of them. We have one that's the Memphis, we call it, which is peanut butter, banana, and our famous pig candy, which is our caramelized smoked bacon that we make in-house. And also we have the turtle, which is our house-made candy pecans, pig candy, salted caramel, chocolate, and it's all blended up. It's like a chewy shake, you know, crunchy shake. And then the third one's a holy cannoli, which is a deconstructed cannoli.
Wow.
Cannoli shells, house-made whipped regatta filling with dark chocolate chips, crushed pistachios, the broken cannoli shells in there, and then that's everything that's on there. But it's good because growing up, right? I'm Italian-American kid. I grew up, you know, you no matter where you go, there's a tower of cannolis wherever you go. And I always I love cannolis, but it was so tiring chewing them. So I was like, how do I get the cannoli down in my tummy quicker, right? With less esophageal abrasion. NATO.
Well, got it.
NATO.
It's a good Midwestern dessert.
It is, exactly. Why chew your cannoli when you could slurp it? That's our motto. But thanks for asking.
And what's your favorite color?
Pastrami. I got shirts.
These are smelling really good.
That.
Yeah, they smell good, right? They smell like brownies or chocolate. You know, it's about. So we're gonna get that. We're gonna do a little strawberry right there. Just a little something. Make it even healthier. You got vitamin S. Stupid. Right?
Extra points for
extra
nice
points
garnish.
Beautiful. Extra points for nice
I think presentation is a category.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And we're going to chiffonade this really quick.
You're gonna what?
Chiffonade. So just kind of roll it up like you would a cigar. and we are going to do these really close kind of beautiful ribbon cuts here just to kind of create a little height and not bruise it too much by like chopping it like a maniac. And this is just fresh mint, which I was told by my pastry chef in culinary school never to garnish with on desserts because everybody does it. And you don't want to be everybody. But I don't care. I am everybody. 'Cause I'm a man of the people. You can't take that away from me. So, oh my God.
Is that another tag?
What's that? A man of the people?
No,
that you put in your mouth.
You saw that? Yes. So we'll just do a nice little dollop here. And you can see this really does react and lay on your food and have the same mouthfeel and consistency as super, fatty, heavy whipping cream. And this you can keep in your pantry in a jar. But I feel like just a little kiss of this.
I'm really getting that chocolatey smell over on this end of the kitchen now. Like, we need the smell-o-vision because it's really yummy smelling.
Especially at Pork and Mindy's and every recipe, I always, I cook with color, flavor, but texture as well. And I think that's lacking, especially in a lot of sandwiches. So this is what, this toasted coconut I think is perfect for. And then our chiffonade. Just a little something for a little color, a little extra color. And you could crumble nuts on there. Again, put like, a half a Snickers, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm not judging you, but we're going super healthy today. And there you have it. Boom.
All right.
Our double chocolate coconut cream. We'll call it a tartine.
Tartine.
A fancy French open-faced sandwich. There you go. Okay, just pass it down.
All right. Dig in,
Let me
guys.
serve you guys. Buon appetito.
Something
I
savory,
got you guys.
something sweet.
You want spoons or I'll give you spoons. This might be a little easier.
Isn't this a one bite on it?
I mean, it's a yeah. There you go. Thank you, Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff, there's
And I
some
just
more,
want to I want to give a round of applause to our judges here for taking just being
Oh man, you are
just really
brutal.
look not only like just asking great questions, but also
He's working
just
it.
bringing it with a flair.
And also so handsome.
Yeah.
Very
I
handsome.
mean, that's your thing. I mean,
There's more toasted pita here if you want some.
oh, finally, it's done.
Yeah.
There's it.
Pretty legit. That's one reaction. Johnny, what are you thinking?
I'm still
Oh, take your time.
bliss.
Very good.
It's really chocolatey.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's decadent. It's decadent.
Yeah, for healthy.
Yeah, if you're not
I mean,
having any
it's
sugar.
The healthy part is if you follow like a diet where you're not getting your carbs from grains or pasta or rice or whatever. This is great for a paleo type diet where you're not eating breads and stuff because there are no, there's no flour or anything in there. There is fat though, but I think fat is good for you. Makes your skin glow.
You need some.
Healthy fats, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a dense, creamy cookie. I like it.
It's like your TV personality
Look
or
what
something.
I can't. You
Coconut
can't put.
does for this guy.
You can't put a microphone in front of me or TVs. That's all I do is look at myself. It's like terrible. I'm like,
Extra
sorry.
points for dancing. All right, well, we'll let you guys score these and start our healthy discussion down here if you guys want to take a seat.
All right.
Cool. So, yeah, like I said, at the Taste of Chicago this summer, Humana makes it really easy to eat healthy. Anytime you see a green H up on a menu board, you're good to go. So I'm just wondering, Jeff and Mary, what kind of steps you guys take to keep a healthy lifestyle every day in terms of food, what you do to work out, sleep, anything.
I mean, I think we're both in professions that can be challenging to. I mean, if you're a chef, you're working 24/7. And for me, I barely work, but I have to be up really early in the morning, and it's stupid, and there's a lot of sitting, and I'm looking stuff up on the internet. It's not very. It's.
Do you ever think? Do you ever do it standing? Do you ever do your?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Stuff standing?
I have a stand-up desk,
You
so
should get
that's been good.
You should get one of those things I got asked on TV, the steppers that you just
Yeah.
put. The little steppers.
See, and then when I'm out of breath,
Exactly.
it's like,
You're
well,
reading the news, right?
You got to do a little more working out, Mary. But the stuff I was talking about before, like the fact that we have herbs in our garden, and actually we have mint. Mint just grows naturally in our yard.
Oh, wow.
Like that stuff takes over.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to have the herb garden because it does encourage you to cook. And it encourages your kid to realize that food doesn't just come out of a package, that they can have some hand in, really making their food
Right.
and, trying different things with it. And it's not something you get through a drive-through every day.
Yeah, it's
So,
real food versus processed food.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you guys engage your kids to cook, like at home?
For my younger daughter, it really is. She doesn't like what I'm making. Usually it's the thing that I'm making a real effort on. And so it's like, well, okay, you
That
can
sounds
go.
familiar.
You could go make eggs. And this summer, in particular, we've imposed the "you're going to help us make dinner" rule. My older daughter is not as big of a cook, but she goes to the farmer's market with my husband every Saturday. And so she kind of gets it from that end. But a lot of times it's basically like, Mommy's tired. Make yourself something. Try to not make it crap. That's
good.
That's how we encourage in my house.
Well, it's a lot better than bringing home a bag of burgers and
Yeah.
saying,
No, that's not
this
happening.
is dinner. Yeah,
No.
absolutely. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, like I travel a lot and I around food all the time, so it's constantly a challenge. For me, it starts at being a little disciplined and learning to say no to everything put in front of my mouth. 2, working out 6 days a week, which I do. Whether it's I'll do CrossFit. I did a yoga sculpt class today. I'll do spin downtown here. I mean, any way to burn calories and get my body right. It's a good way to start the day, I think. Especially being with my 8-year-old son, he does Taekwondo, and he goes 4 days a week, and we always make it a point, like, we're going to work out. We're not with him, like when he's going to school, we're like, we talk about what we're working out on, of the day and making it part of our culture. Because I mean, I run fat. You know what I mean? I am like, my family crest is like, just like a scale is on there. It's
big boned.
It really is, and it takes. I mean, if I had a different set of genes, I'm not just saying this. I guaranteed 6-pack, which I do have. You just can't see it.
Can't see it.
Me
It's
too.
there. I swear.
I have it too.
Don't. It's
But
like I
it's
feel
just-
it under there. It's
Yeah.
like, but
But different set of
whatever.
genes.
That's where my creative energy comes from. So, and at home we cook. I just started cooking with my son early on and getting him introduced to heat and sharp. And I think that's what you do. So they're not like either
Right.
scared of it or like want to
Yeah.
go and sneak up and turn the heat up on a pan.
Right.
So he respects it, and it's just starting out with like carrots, like showing him how to bias cut a carrot and throw it in a pan with some butter and saute it, and I don't give him a 10-inch chef's knife. I give him
Right.
start with either a butter knife when they're young, and then now he's graduated to like a decent steak knife. But that took a long time because it's just all about showing them where their fingers have
Yeah.
to go and where they can't go, and they'll get used to it. Because it's human nature to pick something up and like hold it like that.
Yeah.
But the minute he does that with a steak knife, it's
Trouble.
there he goes.
Absolutely.
Another one bites the dust.
Well, I'm going to put you guys on the spot for a second, just because, we are 93 XRT, music is our world. You're going to go for a run or work out, put some music on. What are you listening to?
Go for a run.
Okay, that was an example.
Is someone chasing me?
What's your workout playlist?
Now, for my workout, actually, I will say one way I tricked myself this year into getting to the gym, to just like if I was doing a treadmill day, I was watching House of Cards and some other shows like that. It was like, you want to watch TV? Get on the treadmill, girl. So that's what I did for that. But
That's great.
if I'm listening to music, like AC/DC and Arcade Fire,
Nice. Okay.
and maybe
Just the
Wilco
top
for
of your
stretching.
iTunes playlist, just the A artists
Yeah.
before you kind of
Well,
go down.
because for awesome.
Yeah. No,
So
I hear you.
I would say that.
That's great.
And this guy is a real musician.
Oh, yeah.
He was next door in our other studio, and he was shredding. You were shredding. Like some
Thank you.
music.
I've played music's my first, it's my love. It's one of my true loves besides food and whatever I do on camera. But so music's a big part of me. I buy, not collect. I buy vinyl records. I listen to that in the house. We listen to my son plays drums. We have a band together. He's 8. He's in School of Rock. So he's learning all the fundamentals right now. TNT, Dynamite,
Nice.
Everything. And we play together. It's like my dream come true to have a family band because I grew up playing with my siblings. So now we have a power duo, and we're called Tomorrow, of course.
Yes.
Or Tomorrows. I'm playing with the name and the logo, of course.
Still workshopping.
Yeah.
Still workshopping.
But for a run, I'm right now it's like maybe probably the new Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
album, which is banging. It's got to be obviously upbeat. So I'm a big fan of hip hop. A$AP Rocky is a great one of my favorite artists in the hip hop world. Run the Jewels, but I also love Wilco, Dr. Dog, the Beatles. New Fleet Foxes album. I'm growing on me slowly. Whatever. I could talk music all day.
Nice.
That's all I can say.
Well, I don't know. How much time do we have, Emma? We could be here. We got nothing else to do. We got a bottle of wine. We're
Right?
good.
Yeah. Bust that out. How about you guys? What do you guys kind of really rely on for your main healthy lifestyle choices in terms of eating, working out, anything, small or big?
I would just say exercise. I try to exercise maybe 4 to 5 times a week, maybe.
You look
that's
like it too,
good.
man. You really do.
45.
Wear it
about
well.
45. I didn't always exercise.
You can see his six pack.
And I just try to, when I eat, just eat in moderation. So I try to, because I have to taste everything. So that's how I get by.
Nice.
It's rough for me. Like some of you guys know, but I wake up early too. I wake up really early. I'm up at 2 a.m. every day to go into work, and you're picking it up again. The best time to do it for me is in the mornings. It's really in the mornings because it gets your day going. So I try to do at least like a half hour to an hour on the bike every morning, and I'm at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in West Logan Square is pretty awesome, like to ride around because there's no traffic.
Right.
Just got to be careful on where you go, but it's a great
Got to
exercise.
get those bike lights going too. Yeah. What you, John?
Well, I you know, I used to weigh 300 pounds, so I had to make a radical change some 30-some years ago, and I just went completely the other way and became a real crazy eater, became a raw foodist, and then I became a vegan, and now, since I've been married, kind of more or less vegetarian. And I work out, and, you know, I've managed to shed over 100-something pounds and keep it off, and it's, you know... If I didn't do that, I know I wouldn't be sitting here because there's a history of diabetes in my family. My mother was a great cook, and I was an only child. So, you know, that thing of eggs you made, that would be breakfast.
Yeah.
For me.
When I first came to XRT in late '91, you were on your...
Starting to, yeah.
You were on the road to getting healthy.
But when I started, one of the other DJs called me the round mound of sound.
Yeah. No, and people at XRT told me, like, oh yeah, John used to be, you know, kind of a mess, and he had to like save his life and get healthy. I was like, Johnny Mars, the guy who's like running a marathon, really? Like they had to show me photos because I did not believe it.
Well, you know, I needed to do it. You know, I know I certainly wouldn't be sitting here if I hadn't, because it just was an unhealthy lifestyle, and I love to eat. Bordering on disorder.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Question for you, because you did make such a radical shift in your life. I'm just curious, how many times a week do you work out, and how long is it every day?
Well, it's changed as I've gotten older. It's basically around an hour or so, usually on the elliptical or the treadmill. I used to run, and you know, age has taken its toll, and I can't run. It's a great exercise. It's the most efficient one, but it's also the most punishing. So now it's like the elliptical, or we happen to live out on the northwest side near the North Branch Trail, so I'm usually on my bike a lot out there. And when I get on my bike, I'm out there for like about an hour and a half. You know.
How many miles do you think you do on your bicycle?
Like an average of 20, 22, you know, I'll ride.
And is this every day, or do you take days off?
No, I take days off. I usually do 5 or 6. And then, you know, I try to maintain pretty, you know, vegetarian, bordering on vegan. You know, my wife likes to eat, and, you know, and I'm Greek, so I do add, like, feta cheese to the mix, yogurt, Greek yogurt to the mix, which is all healthy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But,
you know, it was a slow choice that takes time. It doesn't happen. I used to want to make it happen overnight, and I just saw some headline on the internet yesterday that said people want to have great bodies, but they don't want to exercise. And that just ain't happening.
No. Yeah.
You got to do the moderation or eat healthy and do the exercise. It's got to be a component. And in the end, it's still tough because as you age, you know, gravity wins. So.
All right, well, I think we're ready to go with our winner. What do you guys think? Are you nervous?
Come on.
Oh.
It's okay.
All right, I think we're going to bring Jennifer and Leah out here from Humana to present the checks for us. Let's hear it for Jennifer and Leah.
Yay. We love these guys.
All right. We have a winner.
Should we go?
Do
you want us to come over here?
Come on over here.
Okay.
The
And
winner.
I want to say thank you to Humana because we've done this several years in a row now, and they're so generous, and it's so fun doing this. So, big hand for Humana.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right, the winner of the Humana Healthy Challenge for charity, receiving $5,000 for the charity of their choice, is Jeff Morrow.
Oh, yay!
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
I know. Oh my God! This is
Here, let me
this
get
is
on
my
the
first
picture.
novelty check. Well, you gotta hold
gotta
it
get
too.
in
You gotta
there.
do the yeah.
Did they spell that right?
Oh.
Yeah, you got it right.
Nice.
It's a rough spelling.
You can
Thank
actually
you.
cash that check.
Yeah, right.
Who didn't pull a Billy Madison on this? They put it in the car.
Now, the cool thing about the generosity of Humana is we also have something for the runner-up for Mary Dixon's charity. Leah, there we go. For the Beth Emmett Soup Kitchen. There we go, $2,500.
Hey, everybody's a winner!
Everyone's a winner.
All right.
Awesome. All right, well, I want to say thank you to Mary Dixon, Jeff Mauro, Johnny, John, and Carl for judging. It was tough work eating that delicious food. The Beth Emmett Soup Kitchen, the Hepzibah Children's Association in Oak Park, Jennifer and Leah from Humana. This is so much fun. We do it every summer. Thank you guys for being here. We can do a Q&A right now if you guys have any questions. Jeff and Mary, you guys can take a seat if you want.
Can I take my check with me?
That's yours. That's yours. Cool.
It looks like it might be like a whiteboard. Yeah, you can probably we go green here, not just healthy, but green.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Isn't that cool? All
right. Any questions from the crowd? I have a question for Jeff.
Okay. Want me to sit here?
Yeah, absolutely. Take a seat right there. Pork and Mindy's is at The Taste. You guys have a booth at The Taste?
Yes, we do.
What do you have going on?
We are doing our pig candy BLTs, which is our, like I said earlier, our crispy caramelized bacon with caramelized onions, Roma tomatoes, romaine, our homemade barbecue mayo on a buttered griddled brioche bun. Nice and light.
Oh, wow,
and we're also doing pig candy by the packs. You can go get like a stick of pig candy for a taste. That's our healthy snack. I qualified. Yes. Hey. And we also are doing our pastramendi, which is our house-cured, house-smoked, hand-cut pastrami. We do whole packer cuts of brisket. Takes about 16 days to make. Hand-cut it, put it on a marble rye bun that's buttered and griddled with our house-made mustard sauce and a couple spicy pickles. So
wow. Okay.
It's a good one.
I'm going to be stopping by there.
Yeah, go for it.
For sure. We have another food-related event coming up in August that Carl helps us out with, too, the Lobster Bash, I believe. And I think we just announced the date and location for that.
It's August 30th at the Aragon Ballroom. Wow. We've got 50 chefs. Yeah, Aragon Ballroom, baby. We got 50 chefs and mixologists this year, and I think we found our home. It's gotten bigger and bigger every year. It's sold out every year. Just as a music dork who grew up in Chicago to host it at the Aragon, the guys who wound up growing up seeing shows there were home. So we're putting on a rock and roll carnival, rock and roll culinary carnival. So
do you guys have bands playing while the
there will be a killer playlist curated by XRT, and just performance, art, food. It's unlike any other kind of food event out there. So you're not just waiting in line for your one bite of food and then waiting 20 minutes and more in line for another bite of food. You're engaged everywhere. I got the Aragon for a night, so I'm going to use the hell out of it.
That's awesome.
And tickets are on sale now for that, right?
Yeah, tickets are on sale now. We had pre-sale last week that sold out in a day. I think VIP passes, it's a pretty cool experience. VIP passes are either sold out or they're going to sell out soon, and general admission is available.
Very cool. Yep. 93xrt.com?
93xrt.com and chicagolobsterbash.com.
Sounds great.
All right. Any other over here?
Sure.
Right.
Hi, guys. Hi, Jeff, Mary. Thanks again, Jeff, for being part of Taste of Chicago. Neil from Taste of Chicago, and Mary, XRT, and certainly Humana for being part of the event. But my question's for Jeff. Jeff, you cook dessert, and you obviously work with a lot of meats and certainly some vegetables. But what do you like to work with the most? What do you like to cook that makes you feel good when you're cooking? Are you more into the meats and grilling and that sort of thing, or you could admit, we're not recording this.
Right? No, of course not.
That are desserts the thing you just don't get enough of a chance to do? What do you like most?
My wife handles the dessert. She's an immense baker, so that's great. And because I appreciate and I can do it if I want, but I leave the desserts up to her. For me, I can't wait to unwrap 2 ribeyes from butcher paper and just crank up my grill to the highest setting and get that full 360 experience of grilling a steak. But I also love slow cooking. I got a smoker at home, and I love just slow cooking any proteins, whether it's trying to watch something for 18 hours, a brisket for 18 hours, and that whole art form. And that's what prompted us to open Pork and Mindy's. Me and my partner both had this love of smoking meats, and that's why we put it on different vehicles rather than just on a tray with slaw and beans. All our stuff is colorful and creative and everything. But I love it. Just the smell. I don't know, because I don't care what you do. You can be so excited to order, a large pizza from wherever, and I can't wait to eat pizza. But if I order that pizza and I stepped outside and I still smell my neighbors grilling, or smoking something and you smell the sugar in the air or whatever it may be in the smoke, it's like you automatically have envy, smoke envy.
Yeah.
But that's what
Barbecue
I love.
envy. Awesome. Great question. Anybody else in the crowd with a question? Okay.
Shit, sorry. I was trying to crack my back.
All right, then I think we're good to go. Thanks to our judges, thanks to our competitors, thanks to Humana. I'm Emma Mack with 93XRT. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Emma.
All right.